2019 has been the second warmest autumn on record, and while some people may enjoy the feeling of an extended summer, higher than average temperatures can have big impacts on orchards like this one. Joe DeGuise is the owner of Apple Ridge Orchards in upstate New York.
If we have a long drawn-out fall that's warm, or even a winter that's warmer, the trees don't go to sleep. They're not in the dormant stage they should be, which affects their growth and their health.
But for DeGuise, the toll a warm fall takes on his trees pales in comparison to the opportunity to rake in profits today.
The season has been spectacular. Pick your own apples in September and October, and it's very weather dependent, and the weekends have been super.
While a reprieve from the cold may sound nice now, studies suggest that if this warming trend continues, it will affect our global food supply in the immediate future. If temperatures continue to rise at current rates, are you concerned about the future?
I'm very much concerned about it.
David Graves produces maple syrup, honey, and grows berries and garlic that his wife and daughter turn into jams and jellies. He's been farming since the 1970s and has seen firsthand the effects of a warmer and less predictable climate.
We get this roller coaster of cold and warm that I've never seen before. The depths of snow have decreased in the past years. We need that snow to cover our plants to protect them against frost.
And according to Graves, the negative effects of climate change don't stop there.
Bees are dying. They're not making it through the winter. If it's too warm, they're flying all the time and using up their stores, and they'll die from starvation.
Graves brings a picture to market with him each day, hoping to illustrate the dangers of climate change to those who are willing to listen.
There's a picture of me in 1996, and that hive is just chock full of honey. 150 pounds I got off that hive. Today, if I get 10 to 20 pounds off a hive, I'm lucky. Without honeybees, we're going to lose our food.
While what Graves is forecasting may seem extreme, according to Gernot Wagner, economist turned environmentalist and professor of environmental studies at NYU, these predictions are right on track.
One of the most direct impacts of climate change is in fact on crops, food, agriculture. It's our entire food supply that is being affected here. It takes a wake-up call to finally realize we should be debating how to design climate policy, not if or whether to do it.
And for some, that wake-up call hasn't arrived yet. While DeGuise concedes that the climate is changing, he sees it as something that humans neither cause nor control.
I think a lot of farmers aren't clear on what global warming is. I think in general that the Earth has a pattern, and I'm not sure which way it's going, but we're just seeing that effect of the pattern.
These beliefs align with fears that climate change policy will reduce revenues for independent farmers, whose pockets are not as deep as their corporate counterparts.
The one thing farmers worry about when it comes to the talk on climate change is regulations that's going to hurt the small farmer.
But according to Wagner, as temperatures continue to rise, large corporate farms will likely find the resources to adapt, while independent farmers may find themselves out of luck. And the very policies that DeGuise believes hurt small farmers will actually benefit them in the long run.
The individual farmer who can't just pick up and move into more pleasant climates, they will have much more significant problems than sort of the big corporates who are much more flexible in many ways.
Wagner says one of the biggest obstacles to alleviating climate change is when people refuse to accept that it's happening. And he warns that if it continues to go unaddressed, its consequences will be severe.
Don't deny the existence of climate change because you don't think you like the policy. Extreme weather is happening as we speak. More intense hurricanes, wildfires, floods and droughts, water shortages. It's not just dollars, it's not just money. It's lives, it's livelihoods. People are literally dying because of unmitigated climate change.
If we want to win the race against climate change, Wagner says the solution needs to include everyone, and the discussion needs to happen now. For NYU Tonight, I'm Brianna Carroll.